Hey there, welcome to the latest episode of the Sexy Thyroid Solution. I'm your host, Angela Brown. So today I want to talk all about what my evening routine looks like, but if you could do me a really big favor, if you're watching this on YouTube, if you could go ahead and subscribe to my channel and then hit that bell so you get a notification every time I release a new video, and then if you're watching this on my other social channels, go ahead and share this with someone who could benefit from this. So let's go ahead and start talking about this. I've done one on my morning routine, so I thought I would go ahead and talk a little bit about my evening routine. So for me personally, the evening routine is just as crucial as the morning, because if I've had a stressful day or it was super busy, I really need time to wind down so that my cortisol is not high, so that I actually can get a restful night of sleep. So the first and foremost, my dinner always is going to be something very healthy. So it's always going to be usually consisting of carbohydrate, protein, and fat. So I'll get all the micronutrients that I can from those combined foods. Typically, I try to have starchy carbs in the evening too, because I feel like they do help me sleep better. The other thing that I do is, as soon as I'm done with dinner, I'm usually making some type of herbal tea. I really am a tea person. I love tea. I know a lot of people don't, but that is just my thing. But it's usually going to be something herbal, so I don't have anything that has caffeine in it, nothing that's going to spike my cortisol and keep me awake at night, in other words, or not let me get a good night of sleep. So it's going to be some type of herbal tea. So I'm usually sipping on that after dinner. Now, as far as like activity, sometimes it is watching TV for a little bit with my husband. Usually not for very long though, because we typically are heading up to bed at least by about 8:30 in the evening, because I really need time to wind down and think about, you know, how the day went and all that. So the next thing that I do, once we've chilled out for a little bit together, because that is my time with my husband, and I don't get that much time these days, so I take advantage of that. I'm usually going to take my magnesium. So I'm taking something like a chelated, buffered, a glycinate, magnesium glycinate. That usually is something that also helps me wind down. So I usually will get that in, and then I'm heading up to bed. So what I do when I get there then is I typically always am going to start off with journaling again. I love doing this in the morning, and I do it again in the evening. So I always open up my journal, and I'm always writing down, what am I grateful for? So I do the gratitude list in the morning, but then in the evening, I'm doing it again. And sometimes the list will be the same in the morning, and sometimes it's totally different. But I write down the things that I'm most grateful for, and particularly that pertain to whatever happened that day. So I'm thankful for whatever went on for that day. I write down gratitude for that. And so that's where the journaling will become crucial here. For me, I really need this. It does help me quite a bit, especially if I had a really busy day. And I didn't take the time to kind of think about how my day was going really well. I was just focused on it being so busy. That's the time that I do that. When I get to the evening time, it's really nice time to write down, what am I grateful for? What was positive and what was great about today? So I'm going to write that down. And then I'm usually doing some type of meditation. It can be one for sleep. It could be one for some idea or vision that I have. It could be pretty much anything, but I'm usually going to do about 10 minutes of some type of meditation that makes me feel good. If it's nothing that's going to make me feel good, then I'm obviously not going to do it. So it's going to be something that makes me feel good personally, that like really resonates with me. Everyone is very different with meditation, by the way. Some people really can get into it and some can't. So it has to be something that resonates with you. So I'm usually doing that. And then typically I'm going to do affirmations, my evening affirmations. I actually use an app called Think Up. This is one of my favorite apps. You can write out some positive affirmations, and then you can actually record them. So it can be your voice. So I just hit play, and all my affirmations, my evening affirmations, because you can tag them for like morning affirmations, evening affirmations. So I hit the button for my evening affirmations, and they're going to play. And as they play, I recite them. And so that is another really good way that I'm focusing on gratitude and positive affirmations. The more positive I have before I go to bed, for me personally, it works much better. I do get a much more restful sleep then that way. So it's a great way to do that, by doing some type of positive affirmations. And then I usually will do a little bit of reading. Right now, I'm reading, in my morning video, I talk about that, but I'm reading a book called Super Attractor by Gabby Bernstein. A really awesome book. It's usually some type of self-development book that I am going to be reading in the evening. So I'll read, 5-10 pages out of that. And then I call it a night. That's usually time for me to go to sleep. And usually at that point, I'm getting tired anyways. So that's kind of what my evening routine looks like. As you can see, I do a lot of winding down. To me, that is so crucial. And I think it's so important for everyone to really have things that make you feel good, that are positive, that can really make you wind down, because that cortisol really needs to lessen at night. So doing things that are really, really energizing, and like drinking caffeine and not eating a healthy meal and things like that can really make the sleep be off. So these are some good things you can add in. You can do all of them, you can do one of them, but they have all helped me immensely, and I hope they help you too. So if you have questions about any of that stuff too, reach out, let me know. I'm happy to help, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.